Hey everybody, just before this video gets started, I wanted to take a quick minute to let you guys know about the Nick and Isaac YouTube channel. For those of you who do not know, I have a second YouTube channel where I upload videos with my good friend Nick. I see a bunch of comments on this channel asking where Nick's gone. There used to be videos here. We moved it over to the Nick and Isaac channel, so it's over there. There have also not been a ton of videos on this channel recently. Hopefully that's going to change in the near future when we start a new mod pack. But in the meantime, regular uploads have been going up over on the Nick and Isaac channel. We're currently playing through the Compact Claustrophobia mod pack, which is even more compact and even more claustrophobic when there are two people in such a small space. We've also recently played Enigmatica 6, and earlier in the year, we also played Sky of Diamonds. So if you need more Gaming on Caffeine Minecraft, that channel has a bunch of it, and we also play some non-Minecraft stuff as well. We've recently been playing some Satisfactory, some Raft, and a whole host of other games as well. So if you want to check it out, links will be in the description down below. I'll also put a card in the top right-hand corner. Head over there, check it out. If you like the videos, maybe subscribe to get notified for future uploads from that channel as well. For now, though, without further ado, this is the final episode of Seaopolis. In the last stream, we set up basically the entirety of this maximum-sized compact machine with the express purpose of finally being able to generate every single one of the singularities required to make enough ultimate singularities so that we can finally complete the final questline in this mod pack, that being the CC14 Chapter 14 chapter challenges. So at the very end of the last stream, we did finally manage to get the creative storage disk. So if we head back out into our base here, we can see that right now we have 0% full, despite having 11.8 million items in here, and that is, of course, because we have an infinite amount of space in our refined storage system now. And between streams, all of our mystical agriculture farms, as well as our new blank ore production, destruction, and processing system, has been working 24/7 for quite a bit longer than I was anticipating. I was kind of mostly hoping to leave this for a few days. It's actually been closer to a few weeks, but the good news is that that does mean that we now have a plethora of basically every single resource available to us. And in fact, if we start looking in these quantum compressors here, we actually have 64 of every single singularity that exists, because the server has just been running for such a long time and we have so many resources that we actually have more than enough of every single singularity here. And so I think, chat, that we should basically be good to go here. We should be able to craft up each and every one of these creative items, and in doing so, we should be able to unlock this iron trophy reward here, indicating that we have finally completed the pack, and at which point we can hopefully move on to a new mod pack. But before we can do that, let's go ahead and I think initially I am going to break this cable here, just because what I don't want to do is I don't want to take, for example, these 64 uranium singularities and then instantly start pumping even more uranium into the system, just in case we do run out. I think it's unlikely. We do have like 32,700 uranium ready to go, and it's possible that there might be like a little bit of uranium needed later on in today's stream, and just on the off chance that we do need a little bit more uranium, I don't want to throw all of our uranium into singularities. That would be a very bad way for us to not be able to complete this pack today. So let's quickly go ahead and grab all of these. I believe at the end of the last stream, we did request that our system make either 32 or 33 more ultimate ingots, and so I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we do have 34 ultimate ingots ready to go, which I think is the exact amount that we need to get this going. We do also have, I think, quite a few singularities in a chest kind of in the main sphere of our base. So yeah, if we head on back out here, I'm fairly certain we have a few more over here. We do. We actually don't need any of those. All we need to do now, chat, is head on over to one of our ultimate crafting tables. From there, we should be able to craft up, ideally, 64 of these ultimate singularities. And as per usual, I am going to have to lower my GUI scale ever so slightly to make sure we can actually get this in. But boom. And it is going to take a minute to process all of these. Again, we only need about 34 of these, but I see no reason not to just let this run and make all 64 of them. And then what's going to take even longer is if we take these ultimate singularities along with the ultimate ingots and place them into the induction smelter here, this process alone takes a tremendous amount of time for each and every one of the creative essences that we get by combining both of these up in this induction smelter here. While we wait for that though, let's take a quick look at what it actually is we're going to need other than creative essence to make all of these creative items here. So we'll start with the creative paste canister, I guess. This one requires a regular paste canister, tier 3. I'm actually not entirely certain how you use the paste canister from building gadgets, but nevertheless, that's not going to stop us from making one. So it looks like we need 16 of these iron paste canisters, and to make that, we are going to need a fair bit of construction paste. Now, there is no recipe for construction paste, but there is a construction block powder placed next to water. To make this, we need sand, we need lapis, and we need clay balls. Thankfully, we have all of those in abundance. So if I place this here, that does work. So you place down the construction block powder, and then slowly but surely that transforms into a dense construction block, at which point you can break that, and you do get some construction paste. It looks like the amount you get each time might vary, because it looked like we got 1 the first time, and then maybe 3 the second time, although I might have just accidentally left some in the pool. No, that definitely does look like it varies. So we're going to need, I think, just 16 construction paste. Once we have that, we can make 16 paste containers, and then from there, we should be able to fairly easily craft those into tier 2, and then finally tier 3, and of course, eventually tier 4 containers as well. So we don't quite have enough creative essence to make the creative paste container yet. This is one of the more expensive recipes, requiring 8 of these creative essence items per creative paste container. But next up, we have the creative controller, which really doesn't seem too difficult, and to be honest, all we need to do here is, as soon as we have 8 creative essence, we can just pick up our pre-existing controller, and essentially, this is a regular controller that doesn't require any power. It will just work continually forever, basically allowing us to save the upwards of 10,000 redstone flux per tick that we're currently using just to power our refined storage system. Following on from that, we have the creative power input plug. This one's a little trickier. This does require 4 ultimate energy cubes along with 5 creative essence, although if I'm not mistaken, we did teach our system how to make those 5 ultimate energy cubes, so we'll go start. That hopefully shouldn't take too long. We then have the infinity pipe upgrade, this one requiring 4 ultimate pipe upgrades. I don't think we taught our system how to make the pipe upgrades. It looks like we didn't. I think, though, it might be easier here if we do just very quickly teach our system how to make those ultimate pipe upgrades and then request 4 of them from there, as opposed to trying to manually craft each and every single one. Especially considering it's just 4 patterns, which we can then nice and easily drop into our crafter like so, and at that point we can just request 4 of these. Apparently we're missing redstone blocks of all things. Not really something we need to worry about at this point in time, but just to be thorough, we might as well go ahead and teach our system how to make redstone blocks. Seems like something we definitely should have done prior to the very last episode of the series here, but nevertheless, start. That hopefully, again, shouldn't take too long. We then have a creative upgrade from Tinker's Construct. This one requires 4 anvils and 5 creative essence. Again, that seems like a fairly easy craft for us to achieve here. Let's get 64 blocks of iron, and then let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 anvils. Following that, we have the creative fluid storage disk. This one could be a little tricky and maybe is one that we should have started earlier in the episode, because much like with the creative storage disk, this does require 4 1,048,576k fluid storage parts, and that is going to require quite a bit of crafting. So that's all of the storage parts there. So if we drop all of those in over here, do we have what it takes to request 4 of these 1 million K fluid storage parts? We do not. We're missing 13,000 buckets, we're missing 1,000 slime, and we're missing 4,000 string. The bucket is going to be the easiest, of course, for us to rectify there, because we can just go ahead and teach our system how to make buckets. At that point, the 12,000 buckets are taken care of. String, also not going to be a problem. Once again, we can take our silkworms, and much like we did in the last stream, we can head back through to the Twilight Forest, infest a bunch of leaves, and then using our enchanted crook here, we can hopefully get quite a large amount of string very quickly. As for the slime, that is going to be a little bit trickier for us to do, although we do have 1,800 sky slime balls. So I think the problem with the craft here, if we were to go to request again 4 of these, you'll see we need an extra 1,000 slime balls. I think the problem there is that the recipe for processor binding is currently just using regular slime. However, I think we can fix that. This one right here, if we take this pattern and place it back into our pattern grid, I think the trouble is that this might be set. Yeah, so right now you'll see that it does say at the bottom there, if I hold shift, uses exact mode. So that's this button here. Now that it's unticked, if I encode again, it no longer says that. So now if we place this back in here, basically when we initially encoded this recipe, we had this box ticked, which means the system will only ever use regular string and a regular slime ball to make this craft. Whereas if you untick this button and then encode the pattern, it allows the system to use any string or any slime ball that would work in the recipe. Because again, if we look at the recipe, you'll see there are actually multiple different types of slime that you can use in order to make that process of binding. And so just by making that change, I think that we now should be able to request 4 of those. Yeah, we no longer alight on slime because we have almost 2,000 of those blue sky slime balls ready to go. So all we need to do now, chat, is go through the very simple process of getting 4,191 string from the Twilight Forest. And not too long later, we now have 4,332 string, which hopefully should be enough here for us. Oh, we're so close. We're missing 40 string. I really thought that was going to be enough. Thankfully, we do have a little bit more in the way of infested leaves here. So if we just do a quick one of these and then grab that remaining string, we should be able to head back, drop that string into the system, and then finally request 4 of these 1 million K fluid drives, start and start. That might take a while, especially given like how much glass has to be produced. There's 26,000 glass there that needs to be made. There's also quite a lot of processes. We did upgrade in the last stream our ultimate smelting factory here, so we are now processing things a lot faster than we were with the Supremium furnace that we used to have. But even still, this might take a little while, and it might not be a terrible idea for us to potentially look at investing in like a second ultimate smelting factory and trying to divide up the workload, maybe doing glass in one and then some of the processes in another. Before we do that, though, let's take a quick look at the final craft, which is another creative ability from Tinker's Construct. This one is actually super easy. It's just 4 emeralds and 5 creative essence. Speaking of creative essence, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we can take out some more singularities and top that up. Again, it might also be worth setting up a few more induction smelters just to get this process going a little faster as well, because so far we've only made 10 of the 34 required creative essence. Alright, so quite a while later, and our system has completed the craft. We have 4 576k fluid storage parts, and so I am pretty sure that we should now be able to craft up that creative fluid disk, this guy right here, although actually we probably do need 4 storage housing. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure we did teach our system how to make that storage housing, so we'll request 4 of those, and start. That is done instantly. The creative fluid disk quest is done. Following on from that, we do now have all of the creative essence we need, and so I'm pretty sure if we go ahead and type in creative here, the creative paste canister is almost done. I'm pretty sure we do have, the tier 3 paste canister ready to go. Boom. We then need the creative upgrade with the anvils. Done. We need the creative ability with the emeralds. Also done. We need the creative upgrade from pipes, which is this one, the infinity pipe upgrade, which is done. And then we need the controller and the creative power input plug. Power input plug, this one hopefully just a case of shift clicking in. It is. And then finally, chat, last but not least, we are going to have to take the creative essence out of the system. And it does look like we made one too many, but that's fine. It's not a bad problem to have. We're then going to pick up that guy, grab that out of our backpack. We've been using this advanced magnet upgrade here to allow us to pick up all of the silkworms and string when we were using the Twilight Forest. Do we actually not have a crafting table? We don't. However, we do have access to our dark oak wood up here, and so I'm thinking what we should be able to do is, harkening back right to the beginning of the mod pack, we can craft up yet another crafting table, drop that down, and then we should be able to upgrade our regular controller with creative essence to make the creative controller, and in doing so, chat, we have completed Seaopolis. Look at that. Let's claim our remaining rewards, which apparently there were quite a few of. We got, look, so many Seabooks right at the end there. Of course, the Seabooks at this point in time somewhat unnecessary as we are growing them as well. There we go, beautiful. So now we have a creative controller, using 10,000 FE per tick, but we don't have to worry about it. It's going to work even without the power there, which is perfect. And that's it. That's every single, it's not every single quest in the pack. There are other quests that we've not done, but none of the other quests are necessary. We've completed all of the creative quests there. There are other quests that we could have done. Like down here, there is like the food creation quest line that we didn't really touch. But then again, you know, making dog food, fried rice, you know, ratatouille and so on, doesn't really seem super necessary for the completion of this mod pack here. But yeah, I think, chat, that is basically where we're going to wrap up Seaopolis. I will be back in the coming days with a brand new mod pack that we can start playing through. Not quite sure what the mod pack is going to be yet, but we'll figure that out. If you've got any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comment section if you're watching on YouTube or over in the Discord, discord.gg/GOC. For now, though, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching if you watched all the way through the entire playthrough. Support means a whole heck of a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.